In the previous video, I showed you the cottage that we live in at the moment and showed you around. You made some lovely comments about it. Thank you for that. It has been a really nice home for us over the last 8 years. And the reason we're selling is to release funds for the self-build in Ireland. But I mentioned that we were moving into some more temporary accommodation. This is where we are now, and I just thought it was worth explaining a little bit more about our backstory so that you could understand what was happening and how we come to have 2 houses here in Cornwall. If you've seen our first video, you'll know how we met and that I moved in with Noel quite soon after meeting because we knew instantly that we wanted to be together. And so I sold my house and put the money into investment. And with that money, 7 years later, we bought the cottage that you saw in the last video. And we'd only been here 2 weeks when Noel spotted another property that he was interested in to buy with the money from his house sale, if that makes sense. What appealed to him was that it was a shop and we needed somewhere for a business premises. We were going to start up a business together. I don't need to talk about that, it just gets too confusing. It's better to keep that separate. But that's really what we saw. It was a lovely period historic building because the town in which we live is a historic market town. And it's a little hidden gem in Cornwall, not far, about 5 miles from the North Cornwall coast. And so it ticked all the boxes because it would give us a business premises with a workshop in the basement and a kind of showroom for our business. But it also had a house that came with it on 3 floors. The building's on 3 floors and the house is quite a large 3-bedroomed house, in fact. So we spent the first year just making that good, doing it up, and then we rented it, and it's been rented ever since. Our tenants left a week ago, so we've been just busy sorting things out, just repairing. So, there's a little bit of touching up that needs to be done, and really just getting it ready for moving in. So I wanted to show you it while it's empty, because as soon as we start bringing the boxes in, you know how it is, it'll get worse before it gets better. It'll just feel like it's cluttered. So shall we take a little look round? I completely agree that with old houses, you want to preserve and conserve a little piece of history. I've mentioned before that our island house is not old. It's about 1930s it was built, whereas the house I'm in now, you might hear the echo because it's empty, is 200 years older than that. It predates the cottage that I showed you previously. So the approximate date of this house is 1730 to 1750. It's a grade 2 listed building. And it's very rare to have an opportunity to buy something that's a little piece of history like this. You may know of places like York and Stratford-upon-Avon or Chester, places that have historic buildings still. And that's why I mentioned that this little gem of a historic market town tucked away, in a little part of Cornwall that not a lot of people know about, was a wonderful opportunity for us, because when we bought this house, you won't believe how much we paid for it. In fact, I'm going to keep that till the end to keep you watching as a little bit of a tease. I will tell you, and it might just surprise you. I'm going to start off at the top floor, and we've got a nice view over the town. It's quite pretty when you look out there, although the house next to ours has got scaffolding up at the moment. They're having some work done on their roof, but that'll be down, it won't always be there. Let's look in the first room. So when we bought this, they were all white, the doors, but we chose this colour, and I think it works really nicely. I'll just swivel back, can you see? Can you believe that the colour is called Hardwick White? It's a Farrow and Ball colour. and doesn't look very white to me. That's definitely a kind of khaki green colour, but we thought it worked quite nicely in this old house. Now the rooms are massive compared to the cottage. We did bring this rug up, but we're going to get rid of it because we tried to clean it with the carpet cleaner and then it's began to smell, and we just don't think we need it really anymore. We're going to get this room carpeted. The 2 rooms here on the top floor did get damaged. It has been down for 7 years about, which might not be so long. It's very hard wearing, but you know, it's when you have tenants in, sometimes accidents happen and you just have to take that part and parcel of letting a house. You can see here that we have the original features. Noel finds it really annoying when there are fireplaces in rooms because from a practical point of view, it means you can't use that wall, you can't put a wardrobe there or a bed against it, but it is really nice, isn't it? These aren't working fireplaces by any means. We wouldn't even risk it because this top floor is timber. So it's brick on the ground floor, but it's sort of timber really, the rest of the house. Like the houses I'm showing you out here, you can see there's a little shop there and it's slate on the outside, but they're very thin, the walls, and you can see here, look, it's not insulated. You can probably hear the noise of the traffic, but the walls themselves are quite wonky because they're so old. I don't know if I'm able to show you really. That's not really picking up very well on the camera maybe, but as we go around I'll be able to show you. You can see that we've done the skirting in the same colour as the doors and the door frame. That's my tripod where when I'm making videos. And so I'm hoping I can give you a sense of the size of this room by just walking into the back corner. It's quite big. So let me just think. This will be Sid's room actually. Our room will be over there, and it'll become clear why we've chosen that room when we go and have a little look. Okay, so let's go into our room. Like these old doorknobs. Although this door doesn't shut, we noticed it must have fallen on the hinge because it doesn't shut, and it did shut originally, but then we looked at the top and it sort of made sense that it's fallen. Look at the gap. You see the gap there? So that needs a little bit of attention. Okay, let's go in. Again, you've got these lovely paned windows. Those won't be the original windows because these are sash windows and it wouldn't have been that originally. But they need replacing, and we're going to just have to do that bit by bit. We're going to be replacing the front windows, hopefully. I don't think it'll happen at the end of this year, but at the beginning of next year. It's a listed building, so you can't put double glazing in, not that you'd want to. One of the advantages of not having double glazing is that there isn't a sign of any mould anywhere in this house, and that's been something that we've always battled with really, because when you have double glazing and you don't ventilate, you forget to open the windows when you're doing your cooking or when you've got washing on the go or just from living there really, you get a lot of condensation. And so, you know, it's a breeding ground for mould, especially if you don't have the heating on a lot because you're trying to save on the bills. In this house, I can feel the ventilation from this window. We do have central heating, so we will get, you know, some heat in the house, but it's not great, very well insulated. We'll just have to put lots of layers on and extra jumpers if it gets chilly in the winter. Noel's annoyed because he's got to go back again to the carpet shop, but we're certain that that's a colour match. Do you agree with me? Right, I'm saying if we counted down 1, 2, yeah, I think it's 2. It's definitely 2. Just show the whole chart so other people can look. Mind you, when you're looking and telling us, it's going to be too late because we've got to decide today. But I am fairly sure. I mean, the only other one possible is that.
It's only that one.
That one or that one, but I really don't think it is that. It's too light. It's definitely.
That one's too dark.
Yeah, it is definitely number 2.
It'll have to be that one.
Definitely. Okay, go and order it. So this will be our room. It's, oh, there at the back, look, the handle's been broken. That just needs replacing. But it's a nice size again. We ripped the carpet up from this room as with the room I've just shown you, because we're getting complete recarpeting for the whole of this top floor all the way along there too. And that rug's only here because we had the carpet cleaner in for the rest of the house, and we thought we'd do that rug, which I'll be using upstairs. I'll show you there in a moment. Yes, it goes even further up. There is like a little attic space that I'm going to use for something else. I'll talk about that when I show you it. But we've got another lovely fireplace. I think they're sweet anyway. We'll probably have the bed over here. We've got a king size bed, so it'll probably come down there. And it's a kind of a little L-shaped type thing. There'll probably be room for a little desk or a chest of drawers just below that window to use that space a bit better. And then you can see we overlook the churchyard. It's quite pretty. Also, we have our own bathroom. This was the choice. It's a slightly smaller room than Sid's room, but it's really convenient having that ensuite. And you can see there that we've got some of the original wall. Original wall? That was a silly thing to say. You know, exposed wall is what I mean. The original wall is always going to be there, hopefully. Yeah, so that's nothing really special, but it's just nice to have. Okay. Let's see what else I can show you. So down the stairs. No, let's go here first, seeing as I just mentioned it. So there's a little, I'm trying to stand back so you can see, a little door there with a latch handle. And if we open that up, here we have the original stairs. I can confidently say that they will be the original. A lot of other things will have been replaced. Even these floorboards will have been replaced. But we know these are original. They look like there's some sign of woodworm. That there has just completely gone through when we tried walking on it. It was carpeted. We ripped the carpet off. And we were going to have it carpeted up here, but I don't think we're going to bother. No, we'll need to repair that. I'll just take you up. I have to be careful, it's creaky. And then when you get up here, you have a little attic space. That's a big desk. It was down at the bottom, and it probably will go back down at the bottom, but you've just got this floor space at this side and also at this side. It's not very easy to show you. Let me see if I stand up here. I wonder if I can make it smaller. I can make it smaller. There we are, that's the space. I'll just swivel around slowly so as not to make you dizzy. And then those are the eaves. And this, because some of you might have spotted that there's a little door there, it's a secret door. It doesn't go along to the next house, it just goes round, all the way round, behind that wall and behind there. Noel put that hatch in so that he could get a shortcut when he was having to do things like the wiring and so on. You just can get into the into the roof space and, you know, where he needed to be to fix stuff. I'm just coming in because I can hear the church bell. Oh, it's just stopped. I'll record again next time the bell goes. Look, what's the time? Okay, so we're going to go downstairs. Here we are. See another of these windows. Take you this way first. This is the bathroom. I'm going to take this down because this doesn't match. That's what the tenant must have put in. Let's have a look. We've got, oh, it's quite noisy, that fan. It's a tiny space, but of course, you know, when it was built, they didn't expect fitted bathrooms. And so we've had to just make the most of the space. We've got a bath and a shower, and toilet had to be raised up to do with where the plumbing was, where the sewage pipe was, and the levels and so on, they weren't equal. So no, put a little step there, and then we've got that corner, little corner sink, and then a towel rail, heated towel rail. It'll do the job, it's fine. But we didn't really have a lot of choice because he did think about extending into here. But the only problem is the fireplace. This is why Noel gets irritated by fireplaces. Yeah, if we had extended the bathroom, it would have to come to this wall. We'd have a big bathroom with a fireplace in, but then you'd have a tiny sort of L-shaped room that was no good to anyone really. So we just left it as it is. We left it as it is. So this will be the smallest room of the house, which is probably the size, not much different if you took that corner off to the size of our bedroom at the cottage. So yeah, the room sizes are definitely much bigger. And then we've got our view again of the church out of that window. So now I'm going to walk along. This is the first floor. I've done all upstairs. I've done completely upstairs.
Room, yeah.
I've done Eve's room. You can go in Eve's room. Yeah.
I'm going to start bringing them boxes up there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So we go through here into this room, which will be our lounge on the first floor. It's got a nice big bay window. It's lovely. It is going to be replaced in the new year probably, because it's not in the best condition. I think it's been there a while. Quite drafty. We'll replace it, but without the sashes at the side. We don't need sashes at the side. They've never been used. We've got a sash here, so we will have a sash so we can open this window. But yeah, that's something will be replaced. Curtains, I want them to, you know, get one of those. I want them to be pulled back just to let more light in, really. So I'll be doing that. This floor carpet we haven't replaced, we've just cleaned it. It'll be okay, it'll be fine. The cost has gone up enormously, which we have just found out. When we were quoted on the two carpets above, it was more than we paid for the entire house to be carpeted just 7 years ago. Because now the carpet's from somewhere else in Europe and it has to pay duty on it, for import duty or something. It's more than doubled the price. So that's not great. But thankfully we only need the two upstairs. And then this fireplace, it was covered in, well, it was gloss paint. It just had layers and layers of paint, and we got paint stripper on it, took it back, and it's actually like iron. It's metal, and it's got these lovely this lovely pattern. We can see the pattern, and I had this sander on it that took some off, but I quite like the effect of it with just a little bit of the yellow showing through. Quite like that. So we've left it like that. Didn't bother putting any paint or anything more on it. Yeah, I think this is the metal beneath, and this must have been a bit of the original paint on it. That's what I've done, and I've taken it back, and I thought it was just a nice effect to leave it like that. It doesn't have the fireplace, as I said. You wouldn't want to risk real fires. Just wouldn't want to risk them. Don't even need to think about it. We've got central heating. That's a little electric fire, but it's really noisy, so we won't be using that. Used to have a light that came on that was quite nice and decorative, but we'll just have to get cosy other ways. Maybe have, you know, some nice soft lighting and things. I like the way that this arch, alcove is there. I think that gives it character, and that'll be where we have the sofa. Noel wants to put the big mirror here. I'm just not sure that these walls are strong enough. That feels quite a hollow wall. I'm not sure it'll take the weight of that big mirror myself. We'll see. We may just have to do what they do in some, I don't know, it's a bit stylish, isn't it, to just turn the mirror on its side vertically and to just have it propped up against a wall. That might be our only solution. We'll see. Doorknob comes off in your hand when you open the door, which isn't great, needs a bit of attention. Doing a good job, my love. Just reminded me to tell you about this painting. So it's by a man called Tom Henderson Smith, who was a friend of ours, and he sadly died of cancer. I think it was 2019. We think it was the end of 2019. It was before COVID, November 2019. And this painting in particular, I mean, we loved all of his paintings because I just love his style and the colours that he uses. They're very bright, bold, vibrant colours. But this is the street on which our shop and now our house is. So I'm just going to home in on where it is. It's actually this. No. Let me just say, oh, no, it's hard to look out where my finger is. This house here. So when I was upstairs and I was showing you the house with the scaffolding, that's that house. But it's this house here is ours. So we're now on this second floor here. I started off at the top of the house. I showed you there the two rooms, the front and back at this side here. And then this is our floor we're on, and I'll later be showing you here. I won't be showing you here, this is the shop itself, but I will be going to the back behind the shop, showing you the ground floor, which is our kitchen and dining room. So we have been captured forever by Tom Henderson Smith in that lovely painting. So here we are down on the ground floor, and as you come through the front, I ought to perhaps go outside, didn't I, and just come in. Shall I do that?
Well, wait till I finish that room.
Okay.
I can come in and do the ground floor when
right, yeah,
room,
that's a good idea.
Walk through then.
Yeah. So as we come down the stairs, front door, turn left into the kitchen dining area. So I'll start with the kitchen. Two little steps here up into a lovely kitchen. I do really like it. Noel took the roof up. Did you, what was it like before? I can't remember.
I panelled it. I didn't.
So you didn't change it. It was that shape.
It was that shape.
But you panelled it.
I think it was just kind of a bit tatty looking. I can't remember. I think we've got a photograph somewhere.
Yeah, and then we put those lights on, and we gave it this lovely orange colour, which I do like, but it is a bit tatty. I think that was it was Jezebel's Locks or something, not quite there. Charlotte's Locks. It's a Baron Ball colour. And I do actually like it, but I also wanted a change so we could make it our own. And we've gone for a Dulux colour called Hot Paprika 3, I think it is. So we put that on order because you can see it's got damage. But at the same time, that's where the fridge freezer is going to go anyway, isn't it? And those units we got second hand, we picked them up, didn't we? How much were they now for the whole kitchen? £100.
£100 that kitchen.
So we do sometimes just try to look for bargains on Facebook Marketplace, not to advertise or anything, but... And then Noel did the tiling there, just making it a bit more stylish with the dairy tiles in the two colours and doing an unusual shape there, just makes it a bit modern. And you can see the windows, we've got a lovely view out there of the house next door. It's really pretty. You see that? How pretty is that? It's like a little French house, isn't it? Oh, you can hear, I just thought you could hear the church bells then, but only on the quarter of an hour. We'll have to see when it's on the full hour. I don't think it's as noisy as we expect. We thought it would be really noisy. But, and then we had a new floor put on here, didn't we? Got the floor done. And we're just going to leave that with the wood, probably do it. You're going to just do it as a, repolish it.
Just sand it and repolish, put it in varnish now.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed seeing around the house and just getting an idea of where we're going to be for the next couple of years. You will see us settle in, get our furniture. I'm just pulling this back. I'm going to get one of those hooks for there. I think it'll be really nice because the daylight here is just lovely. I did say at the beginning I'd tell you how much we paid for this house. So I don't know if you have an idea in your head, but we actually spent £110,000. That's for the shop, which now has a cellar converted into a workshop space for our business, and this 3-bedroomed house as well. So we thought we'd done quite well. We were really pleased with it. It's served us well over the last 7-8 years with tenants in. It's brought us an income that's meant it's helped us with the business, just knowing that we've got a trickle of income from renting. And now we're going to be living here rent-free, which will also help us. Let us know in the comments if you enjoy seeing this part of our life, or if you'd rather us just stop filming until we start the building island. It's going to be a little bit of downtime for the next few months over Christmas, but it's nice to keep in touch with you, so yeah, we can let you know what's happening here if you'd like to see that. Okay, take care. Bye for now.